Have a seat, please, folks. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to criminal court. You're here for jury selection. I'm Judge Marquez. I'm going to be the presiding judge in this case. Can everyone hear me? Is anybody having trouble hearing me? Can you hear me better now? Yeah, okay. I'm removing my mask for the record so the jurors can hear me. As I said, good morning. You're here for jury selection in a criminal case. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the case and the process in just a minute. There's a couple of preliminary matters I want to go over with you first. First of all, as you've noticed, there's a TV camera in here. This case will have media presence throughout the case. It's nothing for you to worry about. You can just ignore it. They're not going to film the jurors. They never do. They're not going to publish your names. Just forget about the media. Secondly, those paddles that you have, we use them for two reasons. They correspond to your seat number. The first reason is that we're not going to refer to you by your names in order to continue to preserve your privacy in this matter. So we're going to refer to you by seat numbers. And secondly, we use those because there's 60 of you in this room. It's much easier for us to identify who's speaking if you'll just hold the paddle up and we can instantly tell who the juror is that's responding to questions. And as I said, we're going to refer to you by your seat numbers to preserve your privacy. Before I go into more detail about the case, let me introduce everyone to you in the courtroom, find out if you know any of us or recognize any of us. I'm Judge Marquez. I'm the presiding judge in this case. It's my job to make sure that that the jury knows what the law is in this case and to instruct them on that and to make sure the law is followed throughout the case. Therefore, I'm the person that rules on objections. I determine what evidence is and is not admissible. Is there anyone here who knows me or recognizes me from anywhere? Juror in seat number 47. Yes, ma'am. Hold on. I forgot to tell you, we're going to pass you a microphone. Because we can't hear anything in this courtroom. The acoustics are really bad, so we need the mics. Yes, ma'am.
From the public defender's office? From the public defender's office?
Do you work for the public defender's office?
I did.
Oh, okay. You don't look old enough to recognize me from my time as an attorney there. All right, that was 36 years ago. Anyway, all right. Anything about that would make it hard for you to sit as a juror in this case?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. By the way, those masks that you all are wearing, we really did not go out and find the most uncomfortable mask on planet Earth to hand to you all. We need to be able to see your faces during jury selection. Once you're done or if you're selected for the jury, you can wear a regular mask. You do not have to wear those throughout the process. The other thing is the microphone. Look, there's two things people hate. It's public speaking and having a microphone thrust in front of them, and we've combined both of those today for you. I apologize, but again, the acoustics are bad in this courtroom, and I cannot hear you unless you have a microphone. All right, yeah. Okay, so I'm being told that if you put the microphone to the side, it's actually easier to hear you. The mic will pick up your voice better. The two ladies in front of me, the court clerks, their job is to keep track of the evidence, all the exhibits that are offered during trial, any paperwork or documents. Is there anyone here who recognizes or knows our court clerks? I don't see any paddles. Folks in the uniforms, members of the Orange County Sheriff's Department, they're courthouse security. They're here all the time. They're here every day in the courtrooms, in the courthouse. As I said, they provide security throughout the courthouse. They also are your liaison to me during jury selection. If there's a problem during a break, you have some kind of an issue, let them know and they'll let me know. Anybody here who recognizes any of our deputies? I'm not seeing any paddles. The two gentlemen over here to my right are from the State Attorney's Office. Gentlemen, if you'd introduce yourselves and read your witness list, please.
Morning. My name is Ryan Williams, and Mr. Buxman and I are the assigned state attorneys that are designated to prosecute this case. The following list of witnesses are people who may be called to testify on behalf of the state. Dominique Daniels, Detective Brian Savelli with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Timothy Stevens, Takeshia Bryant, Julia Johnson, Monica Pridgeon, Patricia Monahan, Sean Williams of the Orlando Police Department, Detective Pete Cadis of the Orlando Police Department, Officer Brandon Thornton, Orlando Police Department, Captain Joseph Carter, Orange County Sheriff's Office, Antoine Thomas, Peter Patrick, Stacy Monroe, Orlando Police Department, Robert Roberts, Deputy with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Paul Foster, Officer with the Orlando Police Department, Deputy Chuck Ashworth, Orange County Sheriff's Office, Cleveland Jenkins, United States Marshal Service, Dr. Joshua Stephanie, Office of the Medical Examiner, Chantel Steyer, Orlando Police Department, Karen Livengood, Orlando Police Department, Detective Shane Overfield, Orlando Police Department, Darlene Dunn, Edward Vanderberg, Orlando Police Department, Gary Crosby, Orlando Police Department, Sean Johnson, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Andrew Harrison, Orange County Sheriff's Office, Dr. Sarah Zidovich, Office of the Medical Examiner, Richard Ruth, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Tracy Anderson, Officer Jonathan Cute, Orlando Police Department, Ronald Stewart, Dr. Michael Gamache, Detective Adam Crudo, Orlando Police Department, Dr. Michael Mayer, Marianne Mitchell, Deputy Rachel Ward, Orange County Sheriff's Office, Dr. Tanya Werner, Todd Erb, Earl Stokes, David Kennard, DeCarlos Shepard, Howard Kuhn, Orlando Police Department, Theophilus Edward, Brian Stribby, Ronald Guerrero, Latoria Washington, Francine Thomas, Tammy Hughes, Dorothy Patterson, Tanya Cowan, Regina Hill, Dr. Robert Buck, Tamara Coker, James DePalma, Rodney Lamond, Dr. Emily Lazaro, Dr. Jeffrey Nagin, Dr. Jacqueline Olander, Dr. Greg Pritchard, Tony Rowland, Dr. Joseph Sesta, and Kevin Whitmore.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Does anyone on the panel recognize Mr. Buxman, Mr. Williams, or any of the names that were read out as witnesses? Juror in seat number 47, same reason you recognize me? Is that, you're nodding your head, so I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. Is there any issue, hold on, is there any issue with the folks that you know for you being a fair, and I'm still talking to 47, you may want to pass her the mic. Do you have any issues, since you know so many folks, being fair and impartial in this case? You don't know any?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat number 4, hold on, we're going to get you a mic. Who do you recognize is going to be the question?
Okay.
Thanks. Yes, ma'am.
Regina Hill.
Okay. How do you know Ms. Hill personally, or just recognize the name?
I had an exchange with her a few years ago.
You what?
I had an exchange with her a few years ago.
Okay. Without telling me what it was, is there anything about that that would cause you to have difficulty being fair and impartial to her as a witness?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Juror in seat number 24, yes, ma'am.
Regina Hill.
Okay, again, same question. How do you know her?
She's a friend of the family.
All right, so is there anything about that that would make it hard for you to be fair and impartial when listening to her testimony?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? All right, thank you. To my left is the defense team. Mr. Lenneman, if you'd introduce everyone and read your witness list, please.
Good morning. My name is Terry Lenneman, and along with Ted Marrero and Kate O'Shea, we are representing Mr. Markeith Loyd.
Your witness list?
Yes, ma'am. Patricia Loyd, Dana Loyd, Tanya Loyd, Odell Jones, Barry Jacobs, Kiana Loyd, Damian Moton, Derek Harris, Eric Dorsey, Glenn McCree, Lorraine Harp, Jackie McCree, Giovanna Lloyd, Jesse McCree, Shanika Bush, Trinika Hobbs, Tyran Wesley, Pat McKenna, Dan Doski, John Sawicki, Anna Cox, Dr. Jethro Toomer, Dr. Marvin Dunn, Dr. Michael Mayer, Dr. Joseph Wu, Dr. Jeffrey Colino, Dr. James Campbell, Dr. William Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Lenneman. Is there anyone that recognizes Mr. Lenneman, Mr. Marrero, Ms. O'Shea, or any of the witnesses whose names he read out? During C-47, same questions. Any reason you can't be fair and impartial? Okay, she indicated no. And how many on the panel recognize Mr. Loyd? Okay, it's quite a few of you. Put your towels down. Thank you. All right, folks, let me talk to you a little bit about what it is we're here to do and what your job is as jurors. I'm now going to instruct you, and this is a court order, that you are, from this time forward until I discharge you as a juror in this case, you are not to consume any media, watch any TV, read anything, or have any conversations with anyone about this case. There is a reason for this order, and I will sanction any juror who violates the order. That includes Facebook, Instagram, that all counts. No discussions about this case, no reading anything about it, no watching any news, and that includes old news, new news, nothing. You're in a bubble. The reason for that is very simple. Everyone in this courtroom, the state, the defense, the court, we're entitled to know what it is the jury is considering when they retire to consider their verdict. Jurors are limited in considering a verdict to what they hear in the courtroom. The reason for that is very simple, and it's fundamental to our system of justice. And that is that everyone has the right to know, challenge, explain, or correct any information that a juror has and that is being used against them when a juror is making a decision. If jurors are out collecting evidence in other places, or what they think is evidence or testimony or friends' opinions or coworkers' opinions, and you're sitting back in the jury room and using that to decide a case, you're using information that no one knows you have. It may be wrong. It may be completely wrong. I know this will shock you all, but sometimes what you read in the paper or hear on the news is not correct. And what you read on Facebook is not correct, sometimes. But fundamentally, it's just un-American and it's unfair to everyone. It's not part of our system of justice. Do not consume any media about this case or talk to anyone. If someone tries to approach you to talk about this case, tell them that you cannot discuss it with them and walk away. This case is going to take, I'm going to give you some information before I start asking questions that will be necessary for you to know so you can answer my questions. This case is expected to take 2 to 3 weeks to try. And by that, I mean from the time we start the trial, not jury selection. I don't know how long jury selection is going to take. It's done in multiple days. Today is the first day. I'm going to be asking you some basic questions today. Some of you will go through to a second day of individual questioning, which at this point will be either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And from the individual questioning, We have a large group that will be coming back for general voir dire, and that is back as a group. From that group is where we pick the jury. From the moment we pick the jury, we start the trial, and that's 2 to 3 weeks. The jury in this case is being sequestered. Sequestration is not as bad as it sounds. What happens if you're sequestered is we put you up in a nice hotel. Someone's going to cook all 3 of your meals and clean up after you. They're going to make your bed for you. You each get your own room. Nobody has to share a room. You can bring your electronics. The deputies do take custody of them. But when you're not in the courtroom, you can FaceTime with family. You can Zoom call with family. We don't have a problem with any of that so long as you are not discussing this case. If you need to do work emails or you need to do work projects or school projects, that's not a problem either, so long as you are not on the internet or on any other device or phone talking about this case or looking up anything about this case. We do make arrangements for you to see close family members, parents, spouses, partners, children. We work from 9:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. You may be here as late as 6, depending on whether we have a witness on the stand and we need to finish. Because the jury is sequestered, we will also work on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We do not work on Sundays. All right, let me start asking you all a few questions. I'm going to do this in rows because of the number of people that are here. Starting jurors 1 through 7, it's on the front row on my left. Is there anyone in that row whose employer does not pay them for being on jury duty? If so, raise your paddles. All right, juror in seat number 3. Your employer does not pay you, ma'am?
No, they do not.
And if you are not paid for 3 weeks, can you pay your bills?
I probably could. I have some
Probably
savings.
could? How much of a strain would it be?
It would be strenuous, but I could do it.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat number 5. Yes, sir, does your employer pay you?
No, they don't.
And if you're not being paid, can you make ends meet? Can you pay your
Yes.
bills? You can?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Jurors in seats, juror number 7. Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Jurors in seats 8 through 15, front row on my right. Anybody who does not get paid by their employer? Juror in seat number 14. Yes, ma'am. Does your employer pay you?
No, they do not.
And can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else in that row? All right, jurors in seats 16 through 22. Anybody who does not get paid by their employer? Seat 20. Sir, do you get paid?
No.
And can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Juror in seat 21, do you get paid?
Nope. Self-employed.
Can you pay your bills?
Probably. Would be a hardship, though.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat 22, did you raise your? Okay. Do you get paid, sir?
No, I do not.
Can you pay your bills?
Probably not.
All right, thank you, sir. Jurors in seats 23 through 30, anybody who doesn't get paid? 28, wait a minute, 26. Yes, ma'am, do you get paid?
No, ma'am.
Can you pay your bills if you
Yes,
don't get
ma'am.
paid?
Yes,
What?
ma'am.
You can? Okay. 27, same, do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
No.
Thank you. 28, do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
No.
Okay. 29, do you have yours up? Yeah. Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
Yes.
Please turn your phones off. Anybody else in that row? Thank you. Jurors in seats 31 through 37 don't get paid. Juror in seat 32. Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Juror in seat 30, somebody else raised their paddle. 34. Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid?
I'm honestly not sure, but I think no.
Okay. And if you're not getting paid, can you pay your bills?
No.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else in that row? All right. Jurors in seats 38 through 45. Anyone who doesn't get paid? Juror in seat 38. Do you get paid, ma'am?
No,
Can you pay your bills if you're
it will
not
be
being
very
paid?
difficult.
All right. Thank you. Who's next? Who's 39? Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
No.
Thank you. Who else? 42. Do you get paid, sir?
No.
Can you pay your bills?
No.
Thank you. Anyone I missed in that row? Seats 46 through 52. Anyone who doesn't get paid? 46. Yes, ma'am. Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
Yeah.
Is that, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yes? All right. Thank you, ma'am. And someone else raised a paddle. 51. Yes, sir. Do you get paid? Okay.
But yes, I can pay my bills.
All right. Thank you, sir. Oh, shoot. Seats 53 through 60. Who doesn't get paid? 54? Yes, sir. Do you get paid?
No, ma'am.
Can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
Probably not.
Thank you, sir. Who's next? 55. Do you get paid?
No.
Can you pay your bills if you're not being paid?
No.
Thank you. 56.
No,
You can't pay you don't get paid?
I don't get paid.
Can
Yes,
you
I
pay
can
your
pay my
bills
bills.
if you don't get paid?
Yes.
You can? All right, thank you. And juror in seat 60. Do you get paid?
No.
And can you pay your bills?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Anybody I missed? All right. Anyone who has any problems understanding English? Juror in seat 59. You have to raise your paddles, folks. Juror in seat 59. Let's start with her, and then seat 40. Yes, ma'am. What's your native language?
Maria,
I'm sorry? What's your native language?
Spanish. My name
Okay.
is Maria Ferrer, Spanish.
Okay, you speak Spanish. How much English do you understand?
I understand, but I miss a lot sometimes. I'm scared that I don't understand.
Okay, so you're worried you can't understand everything. Do you understand 50%, 60%? I'm sorry, what? Hold the mic to your side, ma'am, to the side of your face. Al lado. Póngase el micrófono al lado. Okay. How much Spanish do you understand, or English do you understand? But okay. 50 to 60%? All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat number 40.
Yes.
What's your native language, ma'am?
Amharic.
Okay. And how much English do you understand?
50%.
50%?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Sorry.
Juror in seat 38. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. How much English I need to understand? I can understand verbally, no problem, but the vocabulary for the court order, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's a great question. Your English doesn't have to be perfect to serve on a jury. You have to be able to understand what's going on in the courtroom. And so far, you've been able to follow us. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. The only times that jurors have to speak is while you're being asked questions during jury selection. And then the only other time is when you're in the jury room discussing the case with other jurors. So you just have to be able to discuss it. You don't have to have a perfect vocabulary. We like to have as much of a cross-section of the community as possible on juries. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Do you feel as if your English is good enough to serve on a jury?
I think so.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, anyone who has any problems with hearing or sight? I'm not seeing any paddles. What? Juror in seat 20. Yes, sir. What's your issue?
Eyesight.
Okay.
Well, my glasses, I cannot see around 5 feet away from me.
All right, so as long as you have your glasses on, you can see? Is that it? Hold on. Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You know what? I forgot to introduce, let me stop for a moment, the most important person in the courtroom and explain something to you all. You can tell it's Friday and it's been a long week here. That lady in the front with the long hair is our court reporter. Her entire job is to type down everything that is said in this courtroom. We are required to have a record of everything that is said. You're going to make her life so much easier if you do a couple of things. Speak loudly so she can hear you. She can't take down what she can't hear, obviously. But the other thing is, please use words. Court reporters cannot take down people shaking their heads, yes or no. There's no way to type that onto a piece of paper. And secondly, you need to use words. And by that, I mean this: shrugging your shoulders, saying, None of that makes any sense. When you type it out, you read it, and you try to figure out whether someone said yes or no. So please answer using words. And does anybody recognize our court reporter? No? All right, thank you. Back to English. Juror in seat number 18. Yes, ma'am, what's your native language?
Oh,
I'm sorry, we're not talking about English. We're talking about your medical issues, yeah.
Yes, my right ear, so I have sometimes hard time hearing.
Okay, are you having any trouble hearing right now?
No, I'm okay, but I'm saying that sometimes I'll probably have to say, okay, repeat again the question.
Okay.
Like I said, like I do have hard time hearing.
All right, let me know if at any point you haven't heard something. Just wave your number at me so I can repeat it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And I will tell you all, if you're seated on the jury, you sit in the jury box right here. The witnesses testify to my right, so they're much closer to you than we are right now. Anybody else who has a medical issue that would make it difficult for them to serve as a juror? Juror in seat number 12. Hold on. Everybody tries to avoid the microphone. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I understand the vegetarian part, but the other dietary restrictions, without telling me what the medical issue is, are they related to a medical issue?
Well, I have a deficiency, which, I react to a lot of sulfides and lentils and grains.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Juror in seat number 2.
I'm 34 weeks pregnant, so
Yeah, I noticed that. When is your baby due?
November 25th.
Is this your first? Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, so you're you're close to the last month of your pregnancy?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror seat 47. Yes, ma'am.
I have a blood pressure disorder where I can't sit for many hours at a time, and I have low blood volume, so I have to drink a lot, like constantly.
We normally take breaks every hour to hour and a half during a trial.
Okay.
Is that sufficient for you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Juror in seat number 54.
I'm
Yes,
2
sir.
weeks out of post-op, and I've still got some recovery to do.
Okay. So you're 2 weeks post-op? When's your follow-up? Of October 25th, November 9th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? All right. Starting with the front row, jurors 1 through 7. Anyone who has a vacation scheduled in October or November that is already paid for? Anybody? Juror in seat number 4. Yes, ma'am.
I have a vacation this weekend, and then I will be out for a week around Thanksgiving in November.
So Thanksgiving week and this weekend?
Correct.
This weekend is not a problem?
Yep.
Okay. So Thanksgiving week, you're scheduled out. Juror in seat number 5. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'll be out from the 24th to the 31st.
Of October?
Of October, correct.
And that's a vacation that's already paid for?
Yes, with our grandkids.
Okay. Thank you. Jurors in seats 8 through 15. Vacations already paid for. Juror in seat number 8. Yes, ma'am.
I have pre-approved vacation that we have to bid for at work from last year, November 5th through the 15th. And also I have medical appointments for my children 2 weeks later.
Let me start with your vacation. What happens if you don't take the vacation?
It gets canceled and then we lose it the following year. It doesn't carry over.
Okay. Can you reschedule it?
No.
All right. I mean, this year I meant.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Juror in seat number 9. Yes, sir.
November 11th through November 14th, Your Honor.
Is that a vacation?
A vacation.
Have you already paid for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
Anna Marie Island.
Nice vacation. All right. Thank you, sir. Anybody else in that row? Jurors in seats 16 through 22, vacation that you've already paid for. Juror in seat number 19.
This coming Friday, and then the week of Thanksgiving.
So next Friday?
Yes.
You just have a day off?
A day off. We're going camping for the weekend.
Okay.
Leaving Friday.
Are you camping here locally, or are you going to?
Camp Kalakwa, north.
Okay. Juror in seat number 20.
I have a vacation on the second week of November, the whole week.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes.
Where are you going?
Traveling to New Jersey.
Where?
New Jersey.
And is everything already paid for?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else in that row? 23 through 30. Any vacations? Juror in seat 26. Yes, ma'am.
I have a planned trip to the Bahamas next month from the 7th to the 11th.
The 7th through the 11th, the Bahamas?
Yes,
okay. Thank you. Anybody else in that row? 31 through 37, vacation that's already paid for. 32?
October 28th to November 1st, going to Indianapolis, Indiana for my nephew's wedding.
And have you paid for that already?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you pass the mic to the juror in seat 17, please? Were you trying to raise your paddle, sir? He's right in front of you.
Okay.
Were you raising your paddle?
Did you call this roll?
I did.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have a vacation scheduled for, that'll be Monday the 18th through the 1st of November.
October 18th through November 1st?
Yeah.
That's a nice vacation. Where are you going?
Well, I'll find somewhere. I'll find something to do.
You're going to find something to do. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go back to the row behind you. The juror in seat number 36. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I have next week.
Next week?
Out of state.
So you'd be back by when? Next Friday? Or?
Whenever my wife tells me I have to come home.
So give me a date that she told you had to come back.
It would be Sunday of next week.
Sunday of next week? Thank you, sir. 38 through 45. Juror in seat 41. Yes, sir.
November 1st through November 8th, I believe. I'm going to Atlanta.
You're going to Atlanta? Have
Yes.
you paid for everything already?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. Who's next? 43? Okay. Yes, sir. Where are you going? So Tallahassee and Savannah, everything's paid for? All right, thank you. Juror in seat number 45. Where are you off to?
Just
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Disney World on October 22nd.
Okay, do you already have the tickets?
Yes.
I'm afraid to ask you how much that was.
Enough for a family of 4.
Oh, okay, thank you. Jurors in seat 46 through 52. All right, 46. Yes, ma'am.
I'm supposed to go to out of town tonight, and then I'm going out of town on the 28th to the 24th.
I can barely hear you. You're going out of town tonight and then
Tonight,
when?
and then next week.
What days next week?
20th to the 24th.
And where are you going?
New York.
Have you already paid for everything?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Who's next? 47? Yes, ma'am.
I'm going out of town October 26th through the 28th, and November 4th through November 9th.
Have you paid for everything?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Who's next? 52, I think you have your paddle up? Yes, ma'am.
I will be out November 3rd through the 20th. I am getting married and going on my honeymoon.
Okay, you win for best excuse today. Congratulations. Where are you going on your honeymoon?
St. Lucia and Barbados.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, juror 53 to 60. Anybody? Wow, that poor row. Nobody's going on vacation. All right. All right. Is there anyone who has, and again, I'm going to give you the question and then I'm going to go row by row. You have either childcare issues or you're responsible for taking care of someone who's dependent on you, even if they're an adult. All right, and that includes your parents or grandparents. One's already got his paddle up. Yes, sir. 1 through 7. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I take my wife, I'm her caregiver at nighttime.
Okay. Is there anyone who can take care of her if you don't?
I can ask my daughter if she can come over for those evenings if I have to. My son stays in the daytime, and I can ask my daughter to come at night if I have to.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else in that row? Childcare or to, I mean, you've got the baby coming. I've got that. I've got a note. All right. Anybody else with a childcare issue or dependent? 8 through 15. All right. Number 10? Childcare?
Yes.
How old are your children?
I have a 17-year-old and a 9-year-old.
All right. And what's your issue with childcare?
If I have to stay I don't have anybody to keep them if I'm not home. And they depend on me to get to school and from school. They're in private school.
All right. And you said there's no one who can help you with that?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat number 15. Yes, ma'am.
My mother lives with me. I'm the primary caregiver.
How old is she?
She's 89.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there anyone who can take over? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you last. Is there anyone who could take over for you if you weren't there?
I would have to make arrangements.
Okay.
For my dogs too. So
For your dogs
because
also?
one is not the two younger dogs, but I have a 19-year-old that has to.
You have a dog that's 19? What kind of a dog?
Miniature terrier mix.
Thank you, ma'am. Rows 16 through 22, juror in seat 18? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I gotta take care my elderly cat is injured, so I gotta take him to the vet.
Okay, when is he or she scheduled to go to the vet?
By the 20, like the next week.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? You're in seat 19. Yes, ma'am.
I have 8-year-old twins, and I have my husband that helps me, but mainly I'm the one that takes them to school and sports and puts them to bed.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else that can help out if you're not taking care of them?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Anybody else in that row? 21, yes, ma'am.
I do have a father in assisted living, but if I do not visit him every day, even when I have tried to leave for a couple days, he always ends up in the hospital. So he has Parkinson's with Lewy body. So I am the primary caregiver.
How old is he?
81.
81?
Yes.
Anybody else in that row? 23 through 30. Anybody who had child care issues or a dependent adult? I don't see anybody. 31 through 37. Any child care or dependent adult? All right. 38 through 45. Juror in seat number 41. Yes, sir.
Yes, I have a 13-year-old son. He's got special needs. He's got autism, and my wife can't just handle it alone.
If you weren't there, is there someone else who could help out?
My wife, but she can't deal with it alone. One person can't deal with him. He's got autism, ADHD, he has Tourette's as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? 46 through 52. 47. Yes, ma'am.
My 83-year-old mom, she has physical therapy twice a week, and she has several doctor appointments. I'm the only one that's not working in the family right now, so I take care of her. And she and my little dog, unfortunately, are also recovering from a dog attack a little over a week ago.
Is there anyone who can take care of her if you're not there?
No, I'm the
thank
only one
you.
that takes care of her.
Who else in that group? Juror in seat 49. Yes, sir.
I have someone staying with me from Hong Kong, and she does not yet have transportation or able to drive, or right now doesn't have a way to like even go to grocery shopping until trying to get that set up, but it's not immediate, and I'm the only one who takes care of her right now. Also, my 86-year-old mom, my father passed away last year, and my brother and I take care of her between the two of us in our work, but we could probably sort that out if we had to.
Okay, so the issue is really your guest from Hong Kong?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. Who else? Juror in seat number 50. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I just wanted to go back to the vacation thing.
Sure.
Sorry. I don't have a vacation, but I am closing on my house on November 16th, and it can't be moved.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else in that row? All right, from 53 to 60, child care or dependent adult issues? Nope. All right. Everyone in this courtroom sympathizes with and understands work piling up while you're sitting in a trial. Unfortunately, that's not a legal reason for us to excuse you from jury duty. So listen to the question I'm asking you. Is there anyone who has some sort of special project at work that you're the only person that can do it? Not it would be difficult to find someone to do it, but you're the only one who can do it. All right, juror in seat number 21. Yes, ma'am.
I am self-employed, I'm a realtor, so if I'm not there meeting the clients, somebody else is. And that's with another realtor, and that means I'm at another hardship of not making any money.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Juror in seat, all right, let me do this by rows because there's too many. 1 through 7, nothing. 8 through 15. Anybody? 5. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Yes, I've got an event December 2nd and 3rd, so I'm doing work on that, so just want to make sure on the time frame.
And when you say you're doing work on that, is that something that you can work on after court online?
Yes, as long as I can be on my laptop and Zoom.
You can. 8 through 15? 14. Yes, ma'am.
We have no one to cover my position at my job for that extended amount of time.
Where do you work, ma'am?
I work for a private school. I'm a receptionist.
Okay. Who covers when you're out sick?
Period of time to manipulate of substitutes. Both have children at the school, and their availability is very limited.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else in that row? No. All right. 16 through 22. Juror in seat number 19.
I'm a third grade teacher, and I have parent-teacher conferences the afternoons of the 25th and the 26th. I have 24 students.
Of October? Or
October.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anybody else in that row? All right, 23 through 30. 31 through 37. 38 through 45. 38, yes, ma'am.
I work for a language immersion school, and I'm the only language teacher, especially Mandarin teacher there. So I have to hop in every single classroom. If I'm absent, the whole school will not have the language being taught.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. 43? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a restaurant manager.
I can't hear you. What? It's on.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a restaurant manager, and there's no one to take my spot. Struggle, so being gone for an extended period, my region is already short-staffed. We have some restaurants that are running with less managers.
Okay, thank you, sir. Juror in seat number 45.
I'm a controller for a startup company, so without me, there would be no accounting being done at our facility.
Can you do it after you're off duty here?
It's a manufacturing plant, so I need to be on the production floor working with the costing team, because I am the costing team, and working with operations.
Who takes over for you when you're on vacation?
Nobody.
Okay, thank you. Jurors in seat 46 through 52. 46.
I sell products online.
I'm sorry, what?
I sell products online.
Okay.
So like, I'm the only one that does it.
I can't hear you.
I'm the only one that does it, and then yeah.
Can you do it after you're done here in the courtroom?
I have to get stuff shipped out, I guess, but
Can't
things
hear
have to like get shipped out, but I guess.
Okay. Thank you. Who else? Juror in seat number 50.
I have 12 to 15 restaurants opening between now and December.
You have
I'm the CEO of a company.
that you need to open between now and the end of the year?
Yes. All the departments answer to me, so.
And if you're not there, who's going to open them?
Well, I have people that will open them, but I'm pretty much the main guy.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else in that row? Jurors in seats 53 through 60. 54?
Due to COVID, I've lost all of my staff. I'm the only one there for quality insurance inspections for home builders.
Okay. Thank you. Juror in seat number 60.
I run a sole proprietorship LLC, but as long as it's online, fine.
Okay, so you kind of cut out in the middle. You run a sole proprietorship of what?
An LLC, so I run a company, but as long as I can sign documents online and send them to the clients via email, I should be fine.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody I missed? All right, folks, that is all the questions that I have for you. I'm going to have you step out for about 10 minutes so you can stretch your legs, relax, and then we'll bring you back in at that time. All right, thank you very much. Leave your paddles on your seats, please. All right. Parties may remain seated during this. Gentleman in seat number 1, his wife has a seizure disorder. He's her primary caretaker. They.
Your Honor, he indicated he could check with somebody. He was one of my bring back ins and see if he could handle that. I'm not being insensitive to it, but he did say he could see if somebody could sit with her, so, or stay with her.
All right, so I'll bring him back. Juror in seat number 2, she is 1 month from delivery. I'm excusing
Defense
her.
moves.
All right?
I suppose that's no objection.
Yeah, there you go. Juror in seat number 3, she said it's a financial strain for her to not be paid. Any objections from state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Juror in seat number 4, his vacation is Thanksgiving week. We should be done by then. So I'm going to send him through. I'm sorry, her through. Juror in seat number 5 has vacations October 20. There's the December one I'm not worried about. He can pay his bills, but he said he's got a vacation October 24th through 31st with his grandchildren. Defense?
Defense moves for cause.
No objection.
Okay. Seat 6 is going through. Seat 7 can pay bills and is therefore going through. Seat 8 has a vacation from November 5th through 15th. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
None from the defense.
Okay. Juror in seat number 9 has a vacation November 11th through the 14th. Defense?
We move for cause.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Juror in seat 10 has a 17-year-old and a 9-year-old. She has childcare, and she specifically said there's nobody that can help her. Any objections from state?
No, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, 11's going through. Juror in seat number 12 has food issues, which is normally not caused, but they're medically connected to some sort of intolerance she has. Defense? You want me to send her through, or?
We move for cause.
I'm sorry?
We move for cause.
Okay, state?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, this is on her medical issue, the cause strike. 13 is moving through. 14 is moving through. 15 is the primary caretaker for her 89-year-old mom and her 19-year-old dog. State?
You said dog, Judge?
She has a 19-year-old dog, and she has an 89-year-old mother.
Yes, Your Honor. No objection.
All
No
right.
objection from defense.
16's going through. 17, vacation, October 18th through November 1st. Defense? He's the guy that's going to find something to do.
Judge, the only thing, it sounded like he wasn't actually going anywhere.
Just telling you what he said. I liked him.
He was going somewhere. He just wasn't
He just
exactly
didn't
sure
know
where
yet.
that
He was
was.
going to find something to do. But do you want me to bring him back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll send him through.
That's fine, Judge.
Because we actually do need to get some more details about whether it's a staycation or he's actually paid for one.
Understood, Your Honor.
18, he has, or she has a vet's appointment on the 20th. She's going through. Number 19 has 8-year-old twins, but she says she can get help for them. She's a 3rd grade teacher that has parent-teacher conferences, and her vacation is the week of Thanksgiving. State, you're up.
We're saving her by not making her go to those conferences, so we would like her to come back.
Depends.
I'm sorry.
None
Was
of
that
it
a
is
cause challenge?
None of it is cause, yeah.
It's not cause.
Yeah,
Not
they-
cause, no, yeah,
Okay, all right,
I'm
so
not
she's
moving for
going
cause either.
through. Number 20 has the second week in November, he's going to New Jersey. Defense?
We move for cause.
State?
No objection.
Okay. Number 21 has an 81-year-old dad in assisted living who needs to see her every day, and she's also the one that has the hardship, financial hardship, because she's self-employed.
State moves.
No objection.
All right. And that she's being excused on financial hardship, and, well, actually, and her dad. Number 22, can't pay his bills. Defense?
We move for cause.
No objection.
Number 23, 24, and 25 are going through. Number 26 has a vacation to the Bahamas, November 7th through the 11th. State, your turn.
We move, Your Honor.
No objection.
Okay. Number 27, can't pay bills. I'm excusing unless I hear an objection from someone. Number 28, can't pay bills. Court's excuse unless I hear an objection. 29, she's going through. 30's going through. 31 is going through. 32 has a vacation October 22nd to November 1st. Defense, you're up.
We move for cause.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Granted. 33 is going through. 34 can't pay bills. I'm striking unless I hear an objection.
Judge, actually, I think she said she was not sure, so.
Is she a not sure?
Not sure she could pay, or not sure if she got paid, I believe is what she
Oh,
said.
she's not sure if she got paid, but she can't pay her bills if she doesn't get paid, correct? So I'll have her call before she comes the next time.
Okay.
And I'll send her through. 35 is coming back next. 36, he's got a vacation next week, but he's returning Sunday. He's somewhat of a risk to send through, but which means he won't be here for individual questioning next week. State, your turn.
Court's discretion.
I think we move for cause, Judge.
Yeah, I'll strike him. 37 is going through. 38 cannot pay her bills. Any objections for her being struck? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection.
39 can't pay bills. Any objections to being struck? Defense?
No objection.
State?
No, Your Honor.
40 says she understands 50% of English.
Defense moves.
No objection, Your Honor.
Struck. 41 has the special needs son who it takes 2 people to take care of him, and he has a vacation November 1st through the 8th. State?
We move, Your Honor.
No objection.
42 can't pay bills. Any objections?
No.
Struck. 43 has a vacation November 5th through the 14th. And I'm asking only about the vacation, not about his job. State or defense, your turn.
No, we move for cause.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll strike him. 44 is going through. 45 has a vacation on October 22nd. He's going to Disney World. That is sort of a financial hit, but I honestly think he'll be able to go.
We can work around him, I would think.
Yeah.
22nd, October? That's next week.
Yeah, I can work around him, so I'm going to send him through.
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
46, she's got a
Sells things online.
vacation the 20th through the 24th. I don't know
Defense
who's-
moves for cause.
What? They're moving on the vacation issue.
On the
only.
vacation. Or
No objection.
All right. 47, used to work at the public defender's office, vacation October 26th to the 28th, 83-year-old mom. State.
We move.
no objection.
48's going, well, any information? Okay. The juror in seat 48, I got an indication that she literally understood not one word we were saying and was just standing up and sitting whenever we did. One of the deputies went out there and spoke to her, and she speaks no English whatsoever. Do you all want me to bring her in and confirm that? Or you want to
I have no
strike?
objection, Judge.
Not based on the surname.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to strike her on an English cause. Thank you very much, Deputy. 49, this gentleman has an interesting quandary. He has a guest from Hong Kong that is pretty dependent on him. His 86-year-old mom, he said he could resolve. Defense? His brother can take care of his mom, but the Hong Kong guest, who's totally dependent on him, he said he can't.
We move for cause.
No objection.
All right, I'll strike him. 50, he has a closing on his house on November 16th. That is the only question I'm asking. The employment is not cause at this stage. Mr. Williams, you're up.
Just the restaurants is the part that bothers me. I know.
Court's discretion, Your Honor.
Defense?
Judge, on the closing issue, I don't have a position. I mean, I don't necessarily object to that. I thought the restaurant issue was much more pressing. He said he's the CEO apparently of Johnny Rockets, which is a fast food restaurant, and he has 12 to 15 restaurant openings. I can only assume those are all over the country, so I would think that'd be a really substantial distraction for him.
State?
Mr.
Now we're
Bruxman.
talking about the restaurant issue.
I understand, Judge. No objection if that's what
All
the
right,
court
I'll
wants to do.
strike him. And I'm striking him because I think he's just going to be so distracted that that's all he's going to think about. 51 is going through. 52 has the best excuse other than the juror in seat number 2 is giving birth next month.
Defense
She's
moves.
got a wedding. I'm striking her. 53 is going through. 54 is the gentleman who's post-op and can't pay his bills. State?
We move, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, I'll strike him. 55 can't pay bills. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right. 56 is going through. 57 is going through. 58 is going through. 59 says she understands 50 to 60% of English. Defense?
Defense moves for cause.
No objection, Your Honor.
I'll strike that one. And 60 is, I didn't write down anything of 60 other than he can pay his bills, so he's going through. All right, let's bring him in. We're bringing the others up, right? Okay. So we're doing the 9 o'clocks? All right, we're doing 9 o'clocks on Tuesday first. So it'd be yellow and green if we get to green. Remember that we also have 2 coming back on Tuesday, right? We have 2 coming back on Tuesday from the second panel. Seats 42 and 56 from panel 2 are coming back on Tuesday. Yes, ma'am. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. She's doing it right. I should have known better. Never mind. Number 2, you can step back out. That's what threw me off. You can step out, number 2. Thanks. Yeah. This next panel. Okay, great. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All of you are going to be asked to return for another round of questioning. Sorry, I'm so used to wearing this, I forget I have it on. All of you are going to be asked to return for another round of questioning. Some of you have indicated to me that you may have issues and you're not sure whether you can resolve them or not, so have a definitive answer for us when you come back. You're all returning on Tuesday. You're going to get a yellow dot. The only reason you're getting a yellow dot, folks, we're going to put it on your badge, so pull your badge out of that plastic so that this will go faster. The deputy and the clerk are going to put them on there. They're going to give you a slip of paper for you to call. The night before you're supposed to be here, please call us. Call that number. It's the jury room. You're listening to make sure that the yellow dots haven't been called off, that you're still supposed to come. There's too many of you for us to call numbers, so we just call colors. That's why you have a yellow dot. There's no mystery to it. So what you'll hear probably is yellow dots return tomorrow morning as scheduled. The slip of paper you're getting tells you the time that you're supposed to be back. If you hear nothing, you need to come back. Somebody just forgot to record the yellow dot message. The only time you don't come back is if you hear yellow dots do not need to come back, all right? And I seriously doubt you're going to hear that, but okay. Juror number 1, 9 a.m. Once I call you out, just come up to the deputy and the clerk. They're going to give you what you need, and you're free to go. Leave your paddles here. Those lovely masks are yours to keep. They're our gift to you. All right, juror number 1. The group that I'm calling right now is all at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. You know what? It doesn't matter what order I call them in. So for the sake of people getting out of the aisle safely, 7, 6, come on up, and 4. And actually, I just need to ask a question while they're doing that. Jurors 11 and 13, do you all know each other?
We work at the fire department. He works at the fire department, but we don't know each other.
You guys work at the fire department for Orlando?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. You just recognize each other?
Well, we just...
It's okay. It's all right if you know each other. It's just that I saw y'all, it's nothing wrong with that. I just saw you chatting, so I figured you knew each other. What?
Well, I don't know him, but he used to work with my uncle. So
Oh, okay. Anything about that would affect your ability to serve? No. All right, so gentlemen, congratulations. 11 and 13, you're coming back Monday at 9. Thanks. Or Tuesday, I'm sorry. Listen to what's on the paper, not what I'm saying. It's been a long week. Juror number 14. (19, 18, 17, and 16. Come on out. Pull your badge out of the plastic wrappers. It'll go faster. And as soon as you're done here, you're free for the day. So, yes. Juror in seat 25, yes, sir. No, we'll give you a brand new one of those uncomfortable masks on Tuesday. You can give that one away to others. All right, jurors 23, 24, and 25. And these are the last three coming at 9. Coming at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. The rest of you are coming at 2 on Tuesday, 29 and 30. $37, $35, $34, you need to talk to your employer and see if they're going to pay you, okay? And let me know when you come back. 2 o'clock Tuesday.
It's the badge that says juror on it that needs to get pulled out, please. $33 and $31. $44 and $45. $51. $53, $56, $57, $58, and $60. Have a good day, folks.